Good morning mga katry. Would like to thank you for following us here again in the second episode of Try to Edit. And of course, we would like to thank you for the overwhelming support that you have given us, including all the other series, the new series that we have here in Try PH Media. And of course, we would like to dive deeper into more specifics in this particular episode, especially for the benefit of our newbies in videography and photography. Now, for our opening topic, we would like to go lean slightly into videography this morning, and we would like to discuss something that is a mainstay or an important aspect of videography, and I would like to call this topic shots. Now, of course, we all know that shots are really very important because no shots, no videos to produce, and shots would be a constant feature in all production phases of a particular video. During the pre-production, the first phase, you would actually think up or plan your shots. During the production phase, this is where you actually take those shots, and then during the post-production phase, the third phase, this is where you edit them in a way that you would like to color grade them, perhaps to have that certain feel, and this is where you also put them together, all those shots that you took, into its proper sequence for the final render of the video. That's why really diving into the concept of shots and mastery of it will have a significant impact in your videography. Now, did you know mga katry that shots can actually be qualified into three different types? The industry standard terms for these types of shots would be the wide shot, the mid shot, and the close-up. Wide shots are exactly how they are named. They show a wide area, if not all, of the entire scene and shows most of what is happening inside a particular scene. Mid shots, on the other hand, are shots that are taken from the waist up, especially if you're referencing a person as your subject. A close-up would be a shot taken from the shoulder up. It could be a headshot or a close-up of the face of your subject. It can also mean a close-up of a particular action that is ongoing. Now, knowing these types of shots would now give you the ability to decide which type of shot to use when you are making a particular scene. Now, you have to remember, your choice will have an impact on how your video would actually turn out. What could help us or help you decide which shot to make for a particular scene? Now, you have to think of what kind of information you would like to show, and this would have an impact on your choice of shot. For example, if you would like to highlight an ongoing action or interaction between two or more characters, or perhaps what is happening around in a scene, then a wide shot or a mid shot would be a good choice. But let's say, for example, on another scene, your character is actually showing intense emotion, perhaps by way of a facial expression. Then a close-up would be a better choice. An additional pro tip: wide shots can actually be good in projecting or setting a particular atmosphere, a mood, or a feeling in your shots. For example, you would like to take a wide shot of a busy street. Now, that would give your audience that rushing feeling of that daily commute or that traffic in that particular scene. Or if you would like to set something like a mood of an atmosphere of loneliness, then a wide shot of a room with your character on the far side of that room would actually have that effect, that lonely atmosphere, that lonely mood in that particular shot. When you are shooting, try your best to have a good combination of these types of shots and make sure that you show more information from one shot to the other. That could actually be a good way to keep your audience interested. A great way to plan your shots is to make what we call a storyboard. Now, a storyboard is a series of drawings or photographs that show how certain scenes would be shot and in what particular sequence. What have we learned so far? We have learned that there are three different types of shots: the wide shot, the mid shot, and the close-up shot. Now, having a good combination of these shots would actually have a very good effect on our videos. Now, whatever kind of or type of shot you choose for your videos, there are two aspects that we still need to master to make sure that your shot would be usable. Now, these two aspects would be framing and angles. Now, like in photography, applying the rule of thirds would be a good start for one to train oneself in proper framing. But also in photography, we are also encouraged to break that rule in the name of artistic choice. But in videography, if you make a wrong choice in framing, it can actually distract your audience from the story that you're trying to tell. That's why proper framing is very important in making videos. Now consider these two shots. Which one feels more natural and easy on the eyes? Now the first one is what you call eccentric frame or eccentric framing, which breaks normal framing standards. While this is not normally used, it's not inherently wrong. Now the second framing takes into consideration what we call looking space or negative space. The general rule is if the subject is not looking directly at the camera or the subject is looking outside of the frame, he has to have enough space to look into. Now this makes for a more natural flow of the scene. Now, filming horizons can also benefit from proper framing. Usually, horizons are best to be positioned either on the upper third of the frame or the lower third of the frame. Now, let's move forward to angles. Now, angles can add another dimension to the way that you tell your story. For example, a higher angle can make your subject look weak or small. But a lower angle will make your subject appear more dominant in the scene. And if the angle is just right at face level, then it makes for a more normal scene. So there we go. I hope you were able to get all those wonderful points about shots. Now try to use all of these different kinds of shots and then try to experiment also on the various angles that you can do those shots and get into the habit of making a storyboard for your videography projects. The mastery of this basic information can actually take you a long way in your videography career. Now, if you notice mga ka-try, we haven't really jumped into editing just yet. Don't worry, we're getting there, we're getting really close. It's just that you have to remember that the way that you make your shots, the way that you take your shots would have an effect, an impact on how much work you will be doing during editing. That is why investing time to master how you take that shot properly will make your editing journey a lot more enjoyable and interesting. Now, if you remember during the pilot episode, we told you about a certain advocacy that we have here in this particular series, the advocacy to help. Now, of course, there's no better way for us to help efficiently other than by knowing the real situation of the industry right now because of this pandemic. That's why we took time to invite one of our good friends from the industry. He has been in the business since 2014 after studying videography and photography, and he owns his own studio at the moment. Now, I would like to share to you the video of our conversation through Zoom.
Sir Jeff, salamat sa pagpapaunlak mo sa amin. Alam ko medyo busy ka nitong nakakaramang araw pero at least nakasama ka namin ngayon at salamat. Ito yung pinakaunang interview natin dito sa ating bagong series na Try to Edit. Ngayon, Sir Jeff, interesado rin kasi yung mga katry natin. Saan ba yung current location mo? And kamusta kayo dyan?
Sir, salamat din sa pag-invite sa akin dito sa Try PH. No? Ang current location ko ngayon ay sa Cubao, dito sa Quezon City, and under na kami ng GCQ mula noong June 1. So, ngayon, pwede nang lumabas kung halimbawa meron kang trabaho talaga and may mga bibilhin ka pa rin na goods, pero limited pa rin dahil may mga ilan pa rin mga checkpoints, pero hindi na katulad ng ECQ.
Ayan, ayos naman at masaya kami na nasa mabuti ka namang kalagayan at kalusugan. Anyway, Sir Jeff, may mga ilan lang kaming tanong dito kasi katulad nga nung inintroduce ko kanina sa ating mga viewers, meron tayong advocacy and we would like to really help those who are already in the industry and also those who are trying to learn to learn itong klase ng trabaho na katulad ng sa atin. So I was thinking po, baka maganda, mabigyan natin sila ng backgrounder. So halimbawa, pwede mo ba kaming bigyan ng idea doon sa current na work mo when it comes to photography and videography?
Okay, meron akong studio. Ang name ng studio ko ay Millimeter Studios. Yung Millimeter Studio, which is yung studio ko sa ngayon, ay nag-start siya ng January this year. Pero before itong studio na to, meron na akong 2 studio na pinanggalingan, which is may mga kasama ako doon. Pero ito yung studio sa ngayon, yung recent, ako lang mag-isa dito sa studio na to. Bali, ako yung nag-iisang admin. Then, kung halimbawa merong mga requirements yung mga client namin regarding sa photos or videos or anything may kinalaman sa photography and videography, meron akong mga business partners na mga freelance para mabuo namin yung team na yon and mabigay namin yung mga kailangan ng clients.
Pero magandang workflow yun. Ibig sabihin, Sir Jeff, parang collaborative yung ginagawa niyo sa work,
Yes, sir, exactly. Nagko-collaborate po kami para mabigay namin yung service na makasatisfy doon sa mga clients namin.
Ayos, thank you. At magandang information yun. Pwede pala sa industriya natin yan, yung collaboration, lalo na pagka magkakaiba yung skills. So, clarify ko lang, yung pinaka-focus nung skill set mo ay sa photos, tama?
Yes. Ako, sa photos ako mismo.
Okay.
Photography.
Alright. Thank you very much, Sir Jeff. Now, gaano ka nakatagal dito sa industriya na to?
Since 2014. So, in 2014, nagsushoot na ako. After ko mag-aral ng vocational sa college, isa to sa pinag-aralan ko. Multimedia Arts kasi yung course ko. Then, meron kaming subject, may kinalaman sa photography. Then, naisip ko that time, what if gawin ko siyang part-time? Since para nahasa din yung mga nasa isip ko, hindi matenga yung kaalaman na galing doon sa pinag-aralan ko. Then, paminsan-minsan, nagkakaroon ako ng mga shoot, especially sa weddings. Pero yung boom ko talaga ng pag-shoot ay itong 2019 hanggang ngayon 2020.
Ayan, ayos. Pero itong recent na pandemic, di ba, nagkaroon tayo ng general na lockdown. So ano yung naging effect nito doon sa trabaho ninyo?
Yes. Siyempre sir, siguro lahat naman ng mga industries ngayon, masasabi natin nagkaroon talaga ng malaking effect sa kanila. And ganun din sa photo, video, and sa industry ng multimedia. No? Sa amin, syempre, ang focus ko ay weddings usually na mga events. So sa weddings sa ngayon, dahil sa nagkaroon ng ECQ, GCQ, limited lang ang pwedeng pumunta sa weddings, hindi pwede ang mass gathering. So yung booking ay hindi rin masyado. Pero nag-o-offer din kami sa ngayon dahil sa ganun yung kalagayan na mga tinatawag nilang product shoot. Ngayon kasing ECQ at GCQ, dumami rin yung mga tao na nagkaroon ng business via online. So, syempre, kung via online ang businesses mo, kailangan mo na magandang advertisement ng iyong mga products para i-post doon. Then, yung mga tao mismo, may kita nila na, wow, ang ganda nung shoot o ang ganda nung product niya. So, isa rin kasi yon sa maging appealing para doon sa mga audience natin, para bilhin yung kanilang mga product din, kung maganda yung shoot nila. So, isa yon sa mga ino-offer din namin.
Oh, okay. Maganda pala yan, So, despite yung nangyari sa lockdown at medyo maraming events ang na-cancel, meron pa palang ibang avenues itong photography and videography, Lalo na ngayon na nagbo-boom ang online businesses. So, kailangan ba ng sobrang komplikadong mga equipment dyan, Sir Jeff?
Sir, actually, hindi naman sobra. Kailangan mo lang ng magandang lighting, syempre. Magandang lighting, then mga basic na mga lenses na kailangan mo para ang balita ko sir, magtuturo ka yata sir ng photography. No, so tingin ko matatakel din 'yun doon So, soon, baka makita natin kung ano yung pinakamagandang lens may kinalaman doon. Pero hindi naman sobrang mahal ng mga ganong klaseng lenses. Then, kung saan mo ilalagay yung mga product. Tapos, imagination na lang. Yan.
Yan, napakahalagang tip na, no? Imagination lang talaga yung
Yes,
nag-limit
sir.
sa atin, ano? So, halimbawa, ngayon, sabihin natin na, halimbawa, gusto ko talagang pumasok dyan sa ganyang product shoot na trabaho. Pero wala akong avenue to buy yung kailangan ko na gear o kaya ng SLR. Pero meron ako magandang smartphone o kaya naman meron akong point and shoot. Palagay mo, pwede na kaya yun mag-start?
Yes, sir. Actually, pwede na yun, sir. That's why maganda yung pag-aaral ng photography, especially in online or dito kung halimbawa ay magtuloy-tuloy yung may kinalaman sa tutorial. Kasi pag nalaman mo yung principles may kinalaman sa videography and photography is then sasamahan mo ng konting imagination. Not necessarily kailangan mo ng magandang SLR camera. Ngayon, ang dami ng phones na tatlo yung camera, dalawa yung camera sa harap na nag-o-offer sila ng magandang shots, mataas na quality ng shots. Actually, pwede na yon. Pwede na yon. Then, lagyan na lang natin ng konting arte ba? Ganyan.
Yan. Ayos. So, marami palang paraan para makapag-start sa negosyong ito,
Yes,
sa
sir.
business na ito. At hindi nga kailangan ng sobrang ganda ng mga gamit to start with. Ayos, thank you so much. And we're very happy na na-share mo sa amin yung mga information na yan, Sir Jeff. Ngayon, meron kaming gustong start na tradition dito sa show. And every time na may guest kami, ako personally, very curious ako sa laman ng mga camera bag ninyo eh. Kasi
Yes, sir.
nagkakaroon ako ng idea kung ano yung mga magagandang gamit na pwedeng pag-ipunan. Kaya, pwede ba namin i-invade yung camera bag mo, Sir Jeff?
Pwede, sir. Pwede, sir. Papakita ko sa inyo ano ba yung usually na nasa laman ng camera bag ko at usually mga dala ko pagka nagsushoot kami ng prenup or ng wedding before.
Yon, thank you very much, Sir Jeff. Napakaganda ng laman ng bag mo. Pero syempre, katulad ng binanggit mo kanina, hindi naman kailangan abutin ka agad yan ng mga beginners natin, hindi ba? So kung ano yung camera na available sa inyo, mga ka-try, pwede natin gamitin yan. So baybayan nyo lang kami dito sa Try to Edit kasi tuturuan namin kayo kung paano nyo ma-maximize yung inyong available na mga gamit. Kaya, Sir Jeff, thank you very much po sa pag-paunlak nyo sa interview na ito. And we are hoping na mag-ease out na talaga itong ating kalagayan at darating na tayo sa panahon kung kailan babalik na kayo sa events at makakapag-cover na kayo ulit ng napakagandang mga ceremonies and mga events in the future.
Yes, sir. Salamat po. Salamat din sa pag-invite sa akin. I hope na meron akong maitulong din dun sa mga katry natin na magkaroon o mag-aral din ng content creation, etc. sa camera. Natutuwa kami na makasama din kayo sooner or later pagka halimbawa okay na yung mga kalagayan and makita rin yung mga magagandang photos din.
Kapag kailangan kanilang kontakin, halimbawa, at meron silang gustong kunin na service sa'yo, halimbawa yung product shoots, saan kanila pwedeng makontak, Sir Jeff?
Okay. Meron akong page sa Facebook and sa Instagram. Ang pangalan ay Millimeter Studio. Ang spelling na millimeter is hindi siya millimeter mismo, millimetre. So, ang ginamit ko yung Old English niya na spelling, Millimetre Studio. Nandoon yung contact number ko or pwede kayong mag-direct message doon sa page na yon para makausap nyo rin ako personally at mapag-usapan natin kung ano ba yung kailangan nyo sa events or paano kami makakatulong sa inyo.
Yun. Kaya makaka-try, mamaya i-flash natin yung details ni Sir Jeff at yung pangalan yung studios nila at yung link ng kanilang Facebook page dun sa ating video. Thank you ulit, Sir Jep, at stay safe always.
Thank you, sir. Kayo din po. Stay safe. Stay safe.
Thank you so much, Sir Jep, for joining us this morning, and we did learn a lot from you. And thank you for allowing us to have a look at the situation of the photography and videography industry at this moment. And we are relieved to hear that there are other avenues for this particular industry other than big events. As you have highlighted, we can go into product photography and offering our editing services to others who would like to have their videos and photos edited. So mga ka-tribe, before we end the show this morning, would like to thank you once again for your avid support. If you know someone who would benefit greatly from this episode, please, by all means, share it to them and ask them to follow us as well and all the other series that we have under TriPH Media. And specific particular shout out to Mr. Magtibay's special someone, Jeresa Felipe. Thank you so much for your support. Would like to say hello also to some of our friends, Mark Daniel Saulog, Alfred Limos, Lloyd Santiago, Jessica Gavino, Vec Basinang, and Tito Choi De Silva. Hope to see you very soon in the show as well. And would like to thank my parents for supporting this endeavor as well, and my ever-supportive wife, Gizzy, who's also hosting her own show in Tri Beauty and Wellness every Thursday at 6 p.m. And also to my siblings, Jesh and Justin. So this has been JM for Try to Edit. We'll see you again next Saturday at 10 a.m.